One of the biggest challenges homeowners face when they want to move is timing. You want to buy your next home, but you need the equity from your current home in order to supply the down payment. So most people feel stuck with only two options. Either you sell first and move twice, or you try to make a risky contingent offer. But there's another strategy some homeowners use that can make the process so much easier, and that is using a HELOC, or a home equity line of credit. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how a HELOC works, how payments work and how you qualify, how it can make your offer stronger when buying a home, and who this strategy works best for and who it doesn't. A HELOC stands for Home Equity Line of Credit. It allows you to borrow against the equity in your current home. For example, if your home is worth $600,000 and you owe $350,000 on a mortgage, then you have $250,000 of equity. A lender may allow you to borrow a portion of that equity in the form of a revolving line of credit. It works a lot like a credit card, except this is secured by the equity in your home. You get approved for a maximum amount, say $100,000 or $150,000, but you only pay interest on what you use. So let's talk about how HELOC payments work. This is one of the major reasons people love using these, is because it's very flexible. Most HELOCs have two phases. The first is called a draw period, which is usually about 10 years. You can borrow, repay, and borrow again during this period. In many cases, the payment during this phase is interest only. So if, for instance, you borrowed $80,000 from your credit line to put a down payment down on a new house, you would only pay interest on that until you sell your home. After the draw payment ends, the balance converts to a repayment period. But in the situation we're talking about today, buying before you sell using a HELOC, you're typically going to pay off that HELOC when your current home sells. So how do people qualify for a HELOC? Lenders look at a few main factors when looking to qualify you for a HELOC. The first is equity. Most lenders are looking for you to have about 15 to 20% equity in the home after you borrow the HELOC. Some will go even lower, down to 10% in the home. Another factor is credit score. Generally, lenders want to see a 680 or above credit score in order for you to qualify for this type of lending. Better scores equal better terms. They're also very interested in your debt-to-income ratio. The lender looks at your income compared to your monthly debt payments. This is super important because sometimes this is what eliminates the strategy for a lot of folks. In many situations, the lender has to consider both of those mortgage payments. Stable income and employment history also play a role in approval. Now let's talk about where this strategy becomes really powerful. Instead of waiting to sell your home before you can access your equity, you can now use the HELOC before listing your home. Then the process looks a lot like this. First, you open the HELOC on your current home. Second, you use that HELOC for the down payment on your new home. Third, you purchase the new home. Fourth, you move comfortably without any rush. Fifth, you sell your old home. And last, you pay off the HELOC with your sale proceeds. Now, why would this strategy make your offer stronger? In competitive markets, the biggest advantage to this strategy is flexibility and stronger offers. Sellers almost always prefer offers that are not contingent on selling another home. With a HELOC, you can write a much cleaner offer. You can also move first and then focus on preparing your home for listing. That often means better staging, taking time to do repairs, and also timing the market so you can make the most from your sale. Lastly, and this is my favorite, it makes for a much easier move. You can avoid temporary housing, storage units, and moving twice. And for folks with families like me, that can make a massive difference. Let's talk about who this strategy is best for. This approach isn't for everyone, but it can work really well for certain homeowners. It tends to work best for folks that have significant equity in their current home. They have strong income and credit. They want more control over the timing of their move. And they are buying a home at a similar or slightly higher price point. And as I mentioned before, it's also super helpful for folks that want to avoid contingent offers in a competitive market. Now, when may this strategy not be a good fit? One of the biggest limitations for a lot of folks is the ability to carry two house payments temporarily. For at least a short period of time, you may have your current mortgage, the HELOC payment, and the new mortgage. Even if the HELOC payment is relatively small, lenders are still going to look at the overall financial picture. This strategy may not work well if your debt-to-income ratio is already too high. if you're stretching your budget too high to buy your next home, or if you don't have enough equity available. This is why it's super important to have this discussion with a knowledgeable lender before assuming this could work. If you're a homeowner in the Raleigh area and you're thinking about making a move in the next year, this is one of several strategies that can make your move so much smoother. Everybody's situation is different, but if you want to talk through whether this strategy could work for you, please reach out. I'm always happy to connect you with great local lenders and help you map out a plan. And if this information was helpful to you, please subscribe to my channel where I'm dropping new content like this all the time. Thanks for watching today, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.